Yabila.
Happy Monday to you. I pray that all is well with you and getting better all the time. I am your host, Yabila. Thank you for tuning in. You're not here by accident. We'll just dive right in. We have a lot to discuss because there's a lot going on, both locally and abroad. We're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. We're seeing wildfires on one end of the earth, massive flooding and mudslides on the other. We're seeing snowstorms of epic proportions, fierce tornadoes, unrelenting volcanoes, earthquakes, and droughts. We're hearing of centuries-old diseases flaring back up. Giving us an idea of where we are in the scheme of things. Death is on the rise. Kidnappings, false witnesses rising up against the innocent. The spirit of betrayal having a field day among the masses. Social abominations, perhaps, are more precise evidence of approaching divine fury. You certainly don't want to be caught on the wrong side of things. And because of these social abominations, global chaos has amped up to a new and more volatile temperature. May not be much, but it's enough for those who watch and pray. And so we say, woe unto those who so proudly defend evil, who choose wickedness and seek to punish and ostracize the righteous for not choosing it with you. There was a time when if a wrong was done, just an absolute wrong that people would not dare do in public, now is widely promoted, boldly promoted to the public. And when there's a cry out against it or an opinion about how unwise it was, then just as many or more cry out with an even louder voice in favor of wickedness, bashing people for wanting to have some morality, some self-respect. These are those who relish and publicly display immorality, using their own bodies as vessels of poison, degradation. Women using their manufactured beauty to cast spells on weak, lost, and gullible men. And now, innocent and anticipating children are being stripped of any normalcy. Woe to governments that oppress and steal from the people in their districts, promoting death and destruction through lies and deceit. Announcing peace and prosperity, lying that the economy is good while snatching even the crumbs from the poor and needy. Like Pharaoh telling the children of Israel to produce more bricks with less means. Woe unto you. Woe unto the self-acclaimed influencers. You know, the TV, music, media, entertainers, and behind-the-scene manipulators. Woe unto you too. You have used your platform to spread abomination. Yahuwah gave you power to get wealth. He allowed your success. So stop this foolishness of saying you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. You can do nothing independent of the Most High. Were it not for His air that you breathe, His water that you drink, His earth upon which you maneuver, you would have no means of doing anything, nor would you exist. So how dare you beat your chest and sound your bragging rights as if you are in control? Well, you shall soon see who is really in control. You have seen chaos from afar, but now you will be companions with it, because you have profaned Him in your very existence. Do you not know that He will command His flames of fire, His angels, to consume everything in your life in a moment, in a fraction of a second? Everything connected to you will disappear as the puff of smoke from that pipe that feeds your addiction. Therefore, your children, in whom you glory and boast yourself, will bring you open and humiliating grief like you never imagined. Because of your proud insolence, they will die humiliating and horrible deaths. It's what you chose. Woe unto you, stage performers who use comedy and music to corrupt all that is good and noble. You see your fans as dollar signs, a crowd to bamboozle, nothing more. You snatch the innocence of children by your display of wickedness, knowing that they ignorantly aspire to be like you. The sanctity of marriage is tainted by your wicked spells of sex, sodomy, adultery, and rowdiness. You have used your grace period to rebel and indulge in folly rather than deal with your unresolved sin. Therefore, the period of grace that Yahuwah allowed you to repent is over. It's done. You've exhausted your time. You used dark rituals and sex orgies, fraudulent practices, and open assault against all that is pure and noble. This is what you used your grace period for. Now Yahuwah will exact payment from you. Woe to those who set themselves up by using divine props, such as church, the cloak of organized religion. You who call yourselves pastors and give yourselves titles and with 6 or 7 alphabet behind your name. You who pretend to be shepherds when you are really wolves. Woe to these loud, irritating voices that excite and hypnotize the blind, deaf, and dumb. For they have no idea that you are a witchcraft connoisseur. You specialize in controlling and conquering the weak. You're a lying wonder who say the Most High talks to you when He despises your very existence. You fatten yourselves while starving the sheep. You self-acclaimed pastors and teachers and religious leaders, you are the ones robbing the Most High by using the storehouse to finance your own fleshly lusts, your drug habits, and your adultery trysts at different hotels. And you deny those who fill the storehouses when they need it. For instance, the elderly widow in the church who has paid your oppressive tithes faithfully for 50 years, dedicating her life to serving any way she could. And the one time, just one time, she wasn't always showing up at the church meeting asking for nothing. Just one time out of 50 years, she falls on hard times and asks assistance from the church she's given most of her life to. And you send her away with a prayer and a broken heart. It is because of the cries from this widow and others like her that have gone up to Yahuwah of this injustice and oppression, this thievery. He has heard and has come to see for himself. Here you are eating well, dressing well, and driving well. And before the people you appear great and God sent. But in secret you are foul and wretched. You are pedophiles and sodomites, drug users, orgy seekers, witches and warlocks. You have the people under your spell. You deceived them. But Yah has seen it all. You have no secrets. As of today, your book will now open for all to read. Even the illiterate will understand who you are. You will receive an even harsher punishment because you mishandle the holy things in your foolery. Yah didn't tell you to touch the ark. You lead millions to their unsuspecting doom, giving them the idea that the true and living Elohim is backing you up. That's why he has to back away and let the rulers of darkness sift you as wheat. For it has only been his mercy that has shielded you, not your know-how, not your prestige, not your learning. Even in your abomination, his mercy shielded you, giving you room to repent and salvage what's left of your pitiful life. And also because the thousands of people who are looking to you, just as the Israelites looked to Moses for their exodus out of oppression and to be their leader into the promised land. This is how you passed yourself off. But now that the truth has come to those who sought after it, and Yahuwah is revealing himself, so that there's no excuse for anyone, choices have been made. You, O wretched man, O wayward woman, you have not chosen well. You who set yourself over Yahuwah's people, parading in your sin-drenched madness, passing it off as though it's connected to heaven. He turns you over to your masters, the principalities and powers you chose to obey. And by this, you will know with certainty that you have not chosen well. Yahuwah will now exact payment from you. Consider yourself warned.
Thank you for tuning in to
Moments with Yabila.